Welcome to Becoming Saiyans,
a Dragon Ball rewatch podcast.
And we're back. Hey,
what's up?
How are you doing?
Pretty good. I was not doing too bad.
I'm Truman.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is Becoming Saiyans, a Dragon Ball rewatch podcast. This week on the episode, we watched the final 3 episodes of the Tournament Saga.
The World Martial Arts Tournament.
Which is the Grand Finals, number 1 Under the Moon,
Question mark.
and the Final Blow. And yeah, like in case you didn't catch it, surprise, we're doing a three-parter here for
I believe
you.
we said it at the end of the last episode.
Yeah, but in case you missed it, we are doing a 3-parter.
Yeah.
Or
3-episoder.
Yeah, we're watching 3 episodes back to back to back.
We're not going to split this episode up into 3 parts.
Yeah. And so, just getting into some, the trivia and the differences and stuff. Differences from the manga and the anime. The announcer attempts to interview Jackie Chung only to find him napping while standing up. And in the anime, when he's preparing the Kamehameha, he tells Goku he was the one to invent it, which causes, the whole questioning bit that happened there. And those are both exclusive to the anime.
Oh, those only happen in the anime?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. I think it's a good fun ad.
And then during a second occasion after Goku, Goku hits Jackie Chung on the head, he pulls out a picture that explains that he's Master Roshi's cousin. That's again exclusive to the anime.
So they added some just funny bits, is what it sounds like.
Yep. And then some trivia is Goku's tail flying is pretty similar to the tails flying motion from the Sonic games.
Which I did write down.
Sonic the Hedgehog series Sonic's creator is a big fan of Dragon Ball. Might have been,
Yeah, because Dragon Ball would have came out first, I think.
Yeah, and he said that he could have used that to make Dragon Ball or to make Sonic 2, the video game, which is the first one Tails shows up in.
Yeah.
Jackie Chung's foot stomping during his stretching is similar to how sumo wrestlers prepare before their match.
Yep.
This episode has the first energy clash in the series. And the English dub, Goku says he could have flown back with the Kamehameha wave. Chun defied that Goku couldn't even do it, Yeah. However, he already saw Goku do it, which is no small lapse in memory because it was witnessed the feat that inspired Roshi to train Goku in the first place. It's also unlikely that he said this as Jackie Chun, since the slip-up was immediately followed by him taking credit for inventing the move. However, this is actually just an error in translation from Japanese. The original Japanese version said that Chun could not do a Kamehameha wave as good as that Goku couldn't do one as good as he could.
Yeah.
That the small one that he saw on Fire Mountain was not strong enough to propel Goku like a rocket the way Roshi did.
That makes
a lot more sense than the whole major error that we thought was going on.
Yeah, we both immediately questioned it as soon as he said that line. We were like, he saw it like 9 months ago.
Yeah, I literally wrote down did he just not see it? Because it's been a minute since we watched that episode. But
no, he saw it.
Yeah.
I remember distinctly. Everyone freaked out, especially because he busted up Bulma's car in that episode.
So on this one, it's the next one is talking about how Roshi mentioned that he learned that Goku was able to learn it in one day after it took him 50 years to master it. Again, another inconsistency because he said basically the exact same thing during the episode that the Kamehameha wave when he learned the move the first time.
Yeah.
Which happened 8 or 9 months ago at this point. It is possible that Roshi said it as the Jackie Chung persona in case Goku overheard him, but that just seems like, fan canoning it away. Jackie should have technically been disqualified because the one I pointed out where Roshi gets knocked through the wall, because technically that should have landed outside the air.
I think we both kind of noticed it, but I just was like, well, that explains why when you were angry about him walking off after beating up Krillin, I was like, well, maybe that just counts as part of the arena.
And this is the first episode in the entire anime that has a fight that lasts for more than one episode.
Yeah, I know there's probably a whole lot to come.
Yeah.
If my understanding of this show is correct.
Yep. And then the next step is the number 1 Under the Moon ? And the differences from the anime or from the manga is that it's only in the anime that when he wakes up like when Goku wakes up after hearing about food, he asks Jackie Chung about the food, which causes them to have like a whole fight. Like you're in the middle of a fight.
Well,
that whole thing.
Little minor argument.
That
about...
was added to the anime, which I think was fun. You know.
Again, it sounds like, especially in these 3 episodes, that they've just added a bunch of little like funny gags between, like in the fight to kind of like make it not as intense.
Yeah. Kind of give a small reprieve for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
The title of this episode, it's in the trivia, says for the number 1 of the moon, that this could be a reference to the Japanese name for like the World Martial Arts Tournament, like the official one that happens.
Yeah.
Number 1 under the Heavens Martial Art Tournament.
Ooh.
But the dub never actually mentions that that's where that comes from, so we don't know that for a fact.
I mean, odds are.
It could be a reference. It could
it.
not be a reference. It's just like it's possibly a reference, is what they said. And then
I like to believe it is.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. It also seems to be a reference of the saying "number 1 under the sun."
Yeah, maybe like a mixture of both of those. Maybe.
Yeah. And then there's a person who it looks similar to Kenny Kuman, which is another one of Toriyama's creations from another thing, appears in this episode. In a shot after Goku's defeated, the building behind the arena lacks the hole from where he stepped through it as a great ape. Just one of those, like, kind of inconsistencies. Due to Goku being presumed dead, Bulma opens the preview for the next episode instead of him. And then the trick Bulma used to wake up Goku is later used by Blank to wake up Blank in the Blank episode Blank.
Ooh, I wonder if those spoilers.
In the original English releases of this episode, Great Ape Goku has a voice filter to make him sound more monstrous, but the remastered release removed that filter and played it at the original sound. And then somebody pointed out that a person in the group of people running away kind of looks like Daisuke from Lupin 3. Ooh. There's like a guy, like they have a picture on the wiki about it. Where they kind of look very similar.
Yeah, it could be a reference.
Yeah, I just showed Jesse that for all of our non-video listeners out there, which is all of you.
Yeah.
And then moving into the last episode, The Final Blow. And there, again, we're just still in the battle. But some differences from the manga is when Goku attempts to fight Jackie Chung nude, he's giggled at the crowd. In the manga, there's a speech bubble representing laughter. But we don't get to see anybody in particular. But we do actually see 3 women, and it's one of them actually looks like the muscular lady from Goku's rival.
Yeah.
And then in the sub, she's embarrassed because she's never seen that before. But in the English dub, she says, "I shouldn't be watching, but I am." So it's kind of like a difference there. In the manga, after Goku quote unquote knocks Jackie out of the arena, they proceed to launch their final aerial kick. In the anime. Between these 2 events, Goku and Jackie partake in a lengthy hand-to-hand battle. In the manga, after Goku ate 57 full-course meals on another plate, a waiter explains that they're out of everything in the restaurant. In the anime, the waiter never said that. They just kind of have the gag of them all falling over, like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But, yep, moving into trivia for the last episode. When Goku and Roshi begin fighting without their energy attacks, in some shots the arena floor moves in the wrong direction, which is just kind of weird.
I didn't notice that.
I think they might be talking about that weird like cut play where they were like decided they're going to actually fight. That might have been the episode before that, but I'm not sure. That one where we're like, that's really cool.
Nah, I don't think. Okay. I think it's got to be like animation behind them, like. When they're flying or something,
okay,
like a background, like something where it's like you're not paying attention to it unless you're looking for something.
Okay,
I would imagine at least.
And then several times when Goku's laying on his back, his tail seems to have disappeared, but then shows back up the next, like from time to time, just randomly shows back up.
Yeah.
One more is that no one seems suspicious that Master Roshi had the 470,000 zenny to pay for Goku's meal.
Well, I think it seems that no one's like everyone's waiting outside for him to pay.
Yeah,
would be my guess, but it does seem suspicious.
In the second half of the episode, this is last trivia. In the second half of the episode, when they're fighting, the song "Words That I Cannot Pronounce" plays. but the English dub doesn't play the song for some reason. And that's all the trivia we have for today. So, we're going to move into the recap, which is previously on Dragon Ball. The World Martial Arts Tournament comes to a smashing conclusion as Roshi and Goku are meeting in the grand finals, even though most of the people think it's Jackie Chung. We know that it's Roshi.
We know as of the episode before these three.
And so the fight begins, and they're both trying out all their moves. They're going tit for tat when it comes to moves and fights. And we just continue for a whole episode of them just fighting, trying out different techniques. In the second episode, Roshi pops out a couple of moves that we've never seen before. The hypnotism move and the lightning surprise attack move, trying to take Goku out of this match forever. But in that moment, Goku turns into a monkey because it's a full moon and it's nighttime now because I've been fighting for so long. And Roshi decides, I'm going to absolutely kill Goku right now. And releases a Kamehameha blast at him. Oh, but wait. That actually isn't what happened because Roshi knows about the full moon thing and blows the moon out of the sky. And that means that the Dragon Ball universe no longer has ocean currents anymore. And Roshi wins after 4 hours of more hand-to-hand combat fighting. And then Goku eats all of the prize money away. And that's what you missed on Dragon Ball. Jesse, go for it.
Honestly, 3 really good episodes to end the saga. I have to state it all the time watching tournament arcs. I love tournament arcs, especially when they have a satisfying ending like this. Like, it's such a satisfying, like, final 3 episodes of a fight. Especially knowing, like, it's Roshi versus Goku for the first time, and probably not the last time.
And
we have to assume.
And it's definitely, like, the first fight where it feels like Goku might actually lose. Like, without being, like, some dumb reason. Which we know inevitably he does lose. But, like, while you're watching the episodes, you're like, these guys are pretty neck and neck in this battle.
It's like, it's the first time that you as an audience can feel Goku actually, like, having to try hard.
Yeah. Because, like, even in the Yamcha fight where he lost, which is the only other fight he's lost in this thing.
He lost because he was starving.
Yeah, he was starving. Which, I mean, I guess inevitably is how he loses in this match, too. But, like, at least in this match, it wasn't like sneak attack. I'm hungry, you know. This was like we fought for 40 days and 40 nights, and I haven't ate.
Yeah, he got hungry because they were fighting for over 4 hours.
Yeah,
and he also turned into a big giant ape, which I'm sure takes a lot of hunger away. Knocks down his imaginary hunger bar.
Yeah, but yeah, I completely agree with you on this. Like, these 3 episodes were just not the best, but they're
bangers.
They're very good. It's a very good fight, you know, very well put together. It has ebbs and flows. There are moments where you think Goku's gonna win. There are moments where you think Roshi's gonna win, but they both are able to like match that energy throughout the whole fight. Even the moment where you're like, okay, Goku's about to win because he turned into a giant monkey. Roshi's able to pull a rabbit out of his hat and get out of that situation. Without
having to actually kill Goku, which everyone was really concerned he was doing.
And at the end of that episode, them leaving it on the cliffhanger is like, did Goku just die? Like, we know death isn't permanent in this world because the Dragon Balls exist and you can probably wish people back from the dead. But at the same time...
They're not appearing for another, 3-4 months, give or take.
Yeah.
However much time you want to assume has passed since,
Well, we know 8 months have passed, but we don't know how long passed between the 8 months and Goku starting his training. But we can only assume not very long.
Well, the 8 months was training. So.
Well, what I'm saying is between the Dragon Balls disappearing and Goku starting his training, I can only imagine at most it would have been an extra month, but I'm guessing probably just a couple of weeks.
Maybe even like a couple of days, to be fair.
But
just because of the Nimbus cloud can fly so fast.
Yeah. And these episodes just are really...
They're such a great way to end the first like major tournament arc. It really the first time where fighting is the main focus of multiple episodes back to back to back to back to back.
This arc is the first arc that has been fight focused. Like in the first arc with the Pilaf saga.
The Pilaf saga, it's like
They don't really fight people. Like most of the time, Goku just solves the problem without fighting, or within one punch. Like the fight is just like something to throw on screen for 30 seconds.
The fight is Goku just slapping things out of his way.
Yeah.
When it inconveniences him.
But in this one, we actually had like legit fights. Yeah. Like a full range of it.
I mean, we're sitting down and we're spending, at minimum an episode or, half an episode at the least for the big fights, and an entire episode for, the bigger fights. And then we spent three episodes much on this fight.
On one fight, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, I know this is like one of the things they talk about with Dragon Ball is it's like we have 2 minutes before the world explodes, and then it's like
and they spend
8 episodes going before the world explodes.
They spend almost an hour of episode time.
Yeah. The joke is literally like, I'm gonna power up for 5 episodes, and then I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah, I know. There's like a joke out there. It's like I'm gonna charge. And I'm skipping over to Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna charge this Spirit Bomb for 6 episodes and like hyperbole.
Yeah.
Before I unleash it on the big bad and win.
But at least in this one, like the fight, like they explained, it took multiple hours, and it was also like you saw the time. It wasn't like, and then Roshi charges up for an episode.
Yeah, I mean they were purposeful to like.
Yeah.
They showed the sky changing colors as the sun set, and
you felt
could feel the fatigue on them.
Yeah, and you felt like the time moved, like the time was linear throughout the episodes instead of like the joke with some of these ones where it's like there's one where it's like, I just need you to stop them for 60 seconds, and that's a whole episode.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like a whole episode, like that 60 seconds passed. You feel like maybe 30 seconds of the 60 seconds
like
passed.
It feels like it feels well done on the time frame. I'm going to reference a show I kind of started watching recently called The Pit, which is like a medical drama.
Yeah.
That each episode is literally them working for an hour. And you like in real time as you're watching the episode, it's actually following the timeline of that hour of work. And so like, it kind of feels like those episodes where you can literally feel the time moving as the characters are accomplishing things they need to do. It's like it's really well done in that type of aspect, and that show recently won like I think an Emmy. I think is the TV show ones.
Yeah,
Emmy. It won a couple Emmys for like being really good.
Yeah, and I've heard that it's amazing. Yeah. I haven't had the chance to sit down and watch it. It also feels like, knowing my background with the medical field, that like it might not be triggering, but like it might like make me feel things just because of the high stress environment that happens on this show. Not that I'm avoiding it. I'm just saying I just haven't had a chance to.
It is incredibly realistic as far as like what it is working in a really busy major city ER. But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's just an example of like it's kind of done in that way.
Moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's impressive how well it is in a show made in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say one of my favorite things from the first episode, just getting on track, was like when they were doing the recap for the first episode, them putting X's over each person who lost the match.
He got eliminated.
Like it was like, it's not like important, but that aesthetic, it was like aesthetically pleasing. I was like, ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I also need to say my autocorrect changed it from, I wrote down the X's all over their faces is great, but it changed it to the D's over their faces are great. And so I just wanted to point that out. Don't know why autocorrect did that, but that was, it was really satisfying to me to see the X's,
Again, there's such subtle details in all these episodes. Mm. That I'm sure there's subtle details we didn't pick up on that are like just aesthetically pleasing, and they're for 2 seconds at most. Yeah. Like you see them barely, but they just add so much to the episode that you just kind of skip over as a first time viewer, especially for me.
And then the next thing I wanted to point out was like, I guess if there was any doubt in the fact that Jackie isn't Jackie and is Roshi, they kind of get away with that immediately in the recap. As they're setting up for the final fight, they immediately kill that vibe from me.
Yeah.
I was like, dang it, I can't be a Jackie Chung truther anymore. The omnipotent narrator pointed it out. It has to be true now.
The guy narrating everything said it. I can't lie anymore.
And then I love him, like the announcer being like, Goku, how are you? What's your strategy? And it's like, I don't know what that word means.
Yeah,
he's like,
I don't
how are you going to win?
Word.
He's like, I don't know. I guess I'll just do my best. And it's like, okay. And then
The
Roshi taking a
literal
nap.
most Goku answer possible.
And then Roshi, for once in his life, doesn't talk because he's snoring standing up.
Yeah, he's taking a little power nap.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, to be totally honest to him, if you really want to get that extreme, might be why he was able to stand up and claim victory at the end.
Yeah.
Because he had a little bit more power nap in him than Goku did.
And then, like, the fight gets off to a very quick start where Roshi almost just completely wins in one kick. It's like, holy crap, is he just gonna... Like, what are we gonna do for the next 2 episodes? Because Roshi just won. But then we get the propeller tail.
I honestly think, like, had Roshi not immediately jumped on top of Goku and, like, got that good of a hit in, maybe Goku kind of doesn't take it as seriously as he needs to for just long enough that, like, Roshi wins from some other way.
Yeah.
Like, I think the reason why this took 3 episodes of fighting was because Roshi immediately just punched him. I mean, obviously kicked him, but, like, he came out and just gave him a sucker punch, to use, like, a sports hyperbole.
Yeah, he went for the full throttle attack. And if he had just eased into the fight, he might have won just easier in a different way.
Or just ease into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's like he maybe could have, actually gotten away with a couple tricks because Goku's not taking it as seriously.
I love the deadpan thinking look that Goku had after he got kicked. He's just sitting there like, what am I going to do now?
Can't call Nimbus.
Can't call Nimbus. Don't really want to use up all of my energy on a Kamehameha blast.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
What can I do? Oh, I can do this.
I can turn into a helicopter.
Yep. Helicopter.
Helimachopter. But yeah, that was another one I had. And then, I guess, like, this is where we got the explanation, but I wrote down, like, I guess that, like, Roshi either forgot or didn't see Goku last time. And it's like, no, it was just an inconsistency with the translation errors.
Yeah. I'm glad it was just translation errors and it wasn't just, like, literally just the entire writing team just forgetting. That makes me happy because it would have been way more annoying for them just to completely forget that he literally watched him do it.
Yeah. It makes a lot... The explanation from what the Japanese was supposed to say makes a lot more sense. Where he's like, there's no way you could produce a blast that strong.
Yeah.
That makes more sense than,
Which, of
there's
course,
no way you can do the Kamehameha wave at all.
Does set up for the fact of, like, I think later in the fight,
Yeah.
they both...
Literally the next thing that happens, because Goku lands... And Roshi goes, you're a cheeky boy, and he's like, but you can't handle the Kamehameha. And Goku's like, I can do the Kamehameha. And he's like, what? There's no way you could do the Kamehameha. But, like, we know that the actual explanation was, what? There's no way you can do the Kamehameha that strong.
Yeah.
And, like, and then they have a blast battle. We have a blast battle.
Yeah, we have an energy blast battle for the first time. Definitely not the last. Even I know that.
And then we get Goku doing the double hand hammer after doing... This is where they do the mirage, the after image.
Yep.
And Roshi's like, nobody's ready for the double after image.
I will say, like,
and then
this...
Goku hits him with the triple after image.
This fight really just goes to show you just, like, legitimately how good Goku is at fighting.
Yeah, because he's...
It's like...
The thing that makes Goku so good at fighting is, first of all, he's durable as all get out because he's, like, literally not human.
Yeah.
But also, he can instantly learn techniques from other people. And it's like...
The only technique that he couldn't perfectly copy was literally... I know I'm skipping a little bit ahead. Well, actually, I think it is in this episode. Is the drunken fighting technique.
Yeah,
and Roshi even explains, like, you can't copy this because you've never been drunk before. And he's like, yeah, but I have been a monkey.
Yeah.
And it just becomes a monkey.
And it feels like... Because Goku makes a joke or makes a statement where he's like, oh, that's the one that my grandpa Gohan used to do. You know?
Yeah.
And then that just comes back around because it feels like Gohan was like, you can't do this because you've never been drunk. But you like to be a crazy monkey sometimes. So what about you do the crazy monkey technique?
My note I took was literally just return to monk. Return to monkey.
And so what I wrote was like, Roshi got concussed and then he brings out the family tree. And then I was like, ooh, the drunken boxing technique is what they call it in this, which is like an actual form of martial arts. If you guys don't know, it's like it's the type of martial arts where people pretend to be drunk or kind of sloppy.
It's actually really funny. It's actually really interesting
Yeah.
to watch people perform it because,
because-
it's like it's impressive if you like master it.
Yeah.
It's also thematically probably the most fun monk to play in D&D.
Yeah.
I've never personally played it because like it's hard to actually do mechanically wise to like do it correctly, but thematically it's really awesome.
And that leads us, because they're literally unloading the clip with their techniques. And
Yeah, I mean that is one thing. Like, I do love that we got to see so many different techniques.
Yeah, because in this episode, if we're counting, you get propeller tail, you get the after image ×2, you get the after image ×3, you get the Kamehameha into each other, you get the drunken boxer, then you get the crazed, or I called it the crazed, but I think they call it the crazy monkey technique. You know, I wrote down crazed monkey technique ? And then like 2 seconds later, Goku says the name. I was like, man, I guess I'm just like good at this or whatever. And then at the end of the episode, you do get the Roshi hypnosis attack.
Yeah.
Which we don't know what it is, but we can tell he's doing another technique. So that's like 6 or 7 techniques in this first episode of just like them going at each other. And so, yeah, like that's basically the end of the first episode. It's just crazy fight. Crazy fight. Such a good fight. Enjoyable on all levels.
Yeah, speaking about the hypnosis attack too, I did write down. Like, it was next episode actually.
It was, yeah, because at the end of this episode, he starts to do it, but we don't know.
He
what
starts
he's
to charge
doing.
it up. I did write down.
That's where the joke comes. Where he's like, "I've already won."
It's the first
like,
already won.
And Goku's like, "Wait, I lost? When did this happen?" And it made me laugh I think they do it 2 or 3 times, but every time they do it, I'm like, "Yeah, this is great."
But no, I do write down, like, starting off next episode, I'm like, you hit a hypnosis? That's only 60% accurate.
Yeah. And
I hope our audience knows Pokemon funny.
I wrote down at the end of last episode, Roshi's pulling out some sort of hypnosis ? And then the start of this episode, oh yeah, it was hypnosis.
It was literally just the hypnosis. It's actually, the sleepy boy technique.
The sleepy boy technique is what he calls it. And I wrote down, what an anticlimactic move. And then right after I wrote it down, the next statement was from the announcer was,
like,
"This
what?
is anticlimactic." And I'm like, man, again, I'm just like saying the line like a minute before they say it.
I did catch me for a second. I'm like, man, are they really gonna is he really gonna lose this way? And then the title of the episode popped up. I'm like, there's no moon. The moon hasn't showed up yet.
Yeah, it's like how are they gonna lose? How's this fight gonna
like,
be
it's
over?
like is the moon really gonna just be referencing him like going to sleep like it's nighttime?
Yeah,
and then,
number 1 under the sleepy time,
and then Bulma yells out, "Dinner!"
Yeah,
like it's always food with Goku.
Yeah.
There's one way to motivate this little boy: just put a ham in front of him.
Yeah, and then he pulls out his grandpa's signature move, the Janken moves, the rock paper scissors attack, which Roshi knows and blocks, but then Goku pulls out the fake out technique.
Yeah, I wrote down, got him with the old lion to your face.
It's the lying technique. Goku has lied now. It's canon.
Goku's not a good little boy. Yeah, he lied.
The Nimbus Cloud will not work for him. He lied once.
Yep.
But
it's such a funny moment because like
and that's
in the moment
you
you
think Goku won because that's the moment where they have to count for Roshi too.
Yeah, that's the first count for Roshi.
Yeah.
Goku at that point had what, 2 counts? I think
he only had 1 count at that point.
He might have had 2, but we definitely know he had the hypnosis count.
Yeah.
But I feel like he had 1 in the first episode.
I think it happens next.
But I might just be mixing up like the
timelines.
The timeline stuff.
These episodes kind of just run together because it is one like hour.
It is. Yeah. We basically sat down and for about an hour, just watched Goku and Roshi fight until the last like 5 minutes after Roshi wins.
Yep.
So forgive us if we kind of confused our timeline a second.
Yeah.
And stuff.
These episodes are easy to watch together because it is just 3 episodes of fighting.
Yeah, I can't wait until we have like a moment where we have to split up like a fight.
Yeah.
Because it will happen. There's no way. The multi-episode fights are not the end of sagas all the time. I think some of them are.
I told you that I had a joke for you that I was waiting to say until we were on the podcast.
What is it?
And so this is the joke. Small children out there, cover your ears. It's right after Goku knocks Roshi out and he's out there having the countdown. and Bulma grabs Oolong and is like shaking him all over her chest. I wrote down Oolong, more like Goonlong, am I right?
But that was pretty good.
Thank you very much.
I do love mentioning that part that she gets mad at him. I'm like, you're the one. Literally, my response is his response. You're the one grabbing and hugging up all over me.
Yeah, he makes a joke of like, oh, sure, take me to dinner first, and she's like, Oolong, and it's like, dude,
you started it.
At this point, you consented to this.
I think the last like 2 or 3 pervy moments that have happened between her and Oolong have literally just been her getting mad at being in a situation that she caused herself to be in with Oolong.
Yeah, because if she hadn't stood on Oolong
as a stool, and then like this, and I'm sure there's one that we're forgetting.
And then there's the one where he falls down, or where she falls down, and everybody's looking at her, and he's like standing in front of her, and she's like Oolong, and it's like he's like, yes, he's being gross, but he's also protecting you from these hundreds of other people being gross.
Or he's like cutting off some sightline by being where he's at. It is funny that that's kind of becoming more of a common theme. Is like when Oolong has a pervy moment, it's not 100% him chasing it. It's just kind of falling in his lap.
Yeah, that's what happens when you wish for something good.
Yep. When you're a good boy.
Yep.
He's not a good boy.
But then Roshi gets up and is gonna completely lamb blast Goku after he finally gets up after his count. Yeah. And he pulls out the surprise lightning strike, I think is what he called it. The lightning surprise technique or something.
Yeah.
Emperor Palpatine
at first, I literally wrote like as he starts up that move, I'm like, is he pooping himself?
Yeah, because it does have like weird green stink lines behind him.
Yeah,
it's like, did he just poop himself?
It looks like he's like focusing really hard. I'm like, is he copying a Bacterian move?
Yeah, and right before that, even Krillin says something along the lines of like, "This is almost over. You almost beat him, Goku. I can smell it." So it's like, did he hear the word smell? And it's like, good idea. That's what I thought was happening.
Got to copy the Bacterian.
Yeah. You're not the only one who can copy moves. I know that all of Bacterian's skills. Who do you think taught him?
Yeah. Hopefully not Roshi.
Is he like?
I feel like if Roshi had taught Bacterian, you could probably still smell him on the island.
Yeah.
No.
And then I was like, oh, Goku's going through it when he's like caught in the air in the frozen electric.
And Yamcha explaining that every atom in his body is being turned to electricity. It's like, oh my gosh, that has got to hurt.
Oh my golly jeez.
That is like that's got to be
quite painful.
He's bringing the hammer down. It's like Roshi became Palpatine.
And Goku almost gives up at this point. Like, he is like thinking like, I can see. But as he's about to say it, like, the full moon appears.
Yeah,
and
he like happens to turn his head and see the full moon, and Goku starts going ape because he got his tail back like
3 or
4-ish episodes back.
Yeah,
he got it back. He got it back fighting Jiren.
Yeah, so
about 6 or 7.
Yeah, and so he starts to get his tail back, or he starts to ape out, and Yamcha, Puar, Oolong.
Yeah, only 4 people
are like, my gosh, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, only 5 people in the entire arena knew what was about to happen.
But they're all like, run, and everybody starts running, and the announcer's like, I wish I could, but I have to referee this match.
And Roshi looks back, he's like, well, look at me, I'm the one stuck in the arena, or else I get disqualified.
I want to win, so...
I need that money.
And then, if there's anybody in this
whole world at this point,
we did both look at each other.
Goku, it's Roshi.
Yeah.
And with one fell swoop, Roshi uses a Kamehameha blast straight through Goku, killing him. And that's where we end this episode.
I'd like to point out in this episode, I did like make a note of like, I don't think Goku's getting invited back because he goes ape and is just tearing everything apart.
Yeah.
Like he destroyed. I made a joke as well. I'm like, you know what? It's really nice. Whoever wins this, like, I don't think they're getting the prize money because they got to rebuild the dojo.
Yeah.
It's like, it's insane. Like, if he does get invited back, I'm like, how are you going to invite him back? And then, like, also, like, I say in this moment, and then you look at the next episode, and everyone's still, like, cheering for him. Like, did we forget that he just about killed everybody as, like, King Kong?
The world is goldfish here. Okay? Goldfish brains. They gotta have 2-second memory.
Non-main characters don't remember things.
Yep. And so then Goku's alive. Because instead of Kamehameha through Goku's chest, which is what I would have done in this situation.
Yeah.
He decides he's going to blow up the moon because no moon, no monkey.
I'm going to blow up the moon.
Yeah, that I literally thought the same thing. It's like, you know. And then the judge being like, what's going to happen to Moonlight Strolls? What's going to illuminate the night?
The judge is flipping out. And,
what about oceans?
And Roshi
We're never
just
gonna
comes
have ocean
over.
waves anymore. And Roshi's like, what do you want me to do? You were going to have no body anymore when he got done eating you.
And then at the same time, Roshi's like, would you start counting, please?
He's knocked out right now.
Like,
and then he does wake up. And he's like, ew, I would have won if you'd have counted on time.
If you weren't complaining about not having a moon anymore.
And this is...
we win. We got no moon. We win. It's like kind of how it feels Roshi is in this moment. It's like,
what do you want? You want no moon or no physical body? And then we get a flashback to a character from the beginning of this saga with the big muscle girl.
Yeah, it's really
Goku
nice.
still thinks is a boy for some reason.
Well, I think he calls the entire group of girls boys.
Yeah, but he knows that she's not a boy because he checked to make sure he had a girl for Roshi. And then we get the Kamehameha fart, where Roshi's out of energy and farts out a little Kamehameha blast.
Puffs it out a little bit. It's like oh, and then it's in that moment that Roshi's like, oh no, I gotta fight him hand to hand.
Yeah, and so he does work out a way to get Goku to use up the last of his energy by forcing him into a Kamehameha move, which doesn't work on Roshi, even though it almost does, because Roshi decides he's gonna kick through the rock to keep himself off the ground.
Yep,
which is a pretty crazy move. If I can just take a second here to just rant for a bit, Roshi is an absolute insane person in this fight. It's every set, first of all, to start the fight, he's setting the tone. He's the one showing off all the techniques. And then when Goku starts to copy it, he gets angry and irritated, but he just locks it in more. It's like, oh, you think you've got all my techniques? Well, I've got the Sleepy Boy technique, and I've got the lightning.
He's just counting down.
Yeah,
it is one of those things. It's another set of episodes where you sit back and you're like, man, Roshi's a really awesome and cool and great character. Then he has those moments.
Yeah. But it's crazy to me because it's he goes insane in this episode. It's if we're tier ranking, even if Goku won this fight, it would be hard for me to put Goku above Roshi in the level of fighters because of how well he did, you know.
The only way Goku was winning this match, and he got really close multiple times, was purely just because he's an alien.
Yeah.
If Goku had another 2 years of growth in his body, Roshi probably doesn't even get close to winning this.
Roshi even says, it was a tricky move, but I had to force you into one last attack because I knew my leg was just a little bit longer so I could get a little bit deeper on this kick. If it wasn't for that, I would have lost.
That skips ahead to the very end of the fight where it's he literally notices Goku is shorter and has shorter legs than him, and that's how he wins, by forcing him to do to have a kick at the same time at each other.
Yeah, where they literally kick each other in the chest.
And it's oh, yep, there you go. There's my win.
Yeah. And so that's basically all I have is, first of all, I wanted to point out, this has some crazy artwork and animation. That scene right before the commercial break where they're, going through, three-dimensional subliminal space.
Yeah, when they're setting up just the march, we're going hand-to-hand fisticuffs. It's it's a beautiful... There's the animation in these 3 episodes for this fight. It's it's what you dream of for the finale of a tournament arc.
And it pulls out all the stops, all of the known stops for animation. The I hit you so hard we had to play it 3 times.
We had to play it 3 times.
They do that a couple of times. In this part where they have they're we just jumped in time 4 hours during that commercial break because this is how strong how evenly matched these two people are. And then... there's one Jackie Chan fan in the audience. Everyone's cheering for Goku, and then there's just one farmer.
Just some old
Jackie,
farmer.
You got this. You can do it, Jackie. It's just such a fight, you know.
It is a scrap. Like it's the best fight so far. Which I mean, to be fair, it was always going to be the best fight in the anime so far.
It's between the master and the student, and the stronger of the two students. I know he fought Krillin, but like
Krillin's on a match.
Yeah,
like,
and that's no offense to Krillin. He's my favorite character, but
Krillin is a human, and Goku is not.
And they're both basically the same age.
Yeah.
So it's like the only reason Goku was in this fight was because of his ability to instantly recreate other people's techniques.
Other people's techniques, and also technically he shouldn't even be qualified for this fight because he's not of this world.
Well, yeah, I mean that gets into
on a technicality.
Yeah.
If they knew his full lore and like where he came from, technically he would have to enter the intergalactic tournament.
And I will say, like at this point, like no one knows that he's not from Earth at the moment.
Yeah, like no one's gonna know that for probably quite a long time.
Yeah, and so
we just know that because we know the character.
We osmosis this, but like to be fair, no one in this world knows that he isn't.
Even Goku doesn't know he's not from Earth.
He's weird and like too strong to be human, but they don't know that he's not human.
Yeah, you don't have a birth certificate, so you can't figure it out.
Yeah, and at this point, where he was from, he probably never would have had a birth certificate, even if he was born on Earth.
But it's one of those things where it's like you can't prove it, but like it's a human boy that has a monkey tail and just became a giant ape in the middle of the arena because of the full moon.
You can assume there's something up with this kid.
It's a pretty easy connection to make that like this isn't a normal person, but you can't prove it.
No,
and you know what? It's just really cool to see a 12-year-old boy be that strong.
Yeah. And to be able to get to that point with like the one major master of kung fu in this universe, as far as we know, the only master of kung fu in this universe.
I mean, if he's not the only, he's the most world renowned.
Yeah,
because even like people say like Master Roshi, everyone in this arena knows who Master Roshi is, and we know that they don't know that Jackie is Roshi. But us knowing that, it's like if everyone knows who he is, everyone knows that he's like the top of the top when it comes to.
He's the cream of the crop.
Yeah. And so
it is just like this entire saga is just awesome.
And that knowledge that he was able to like pull from is what helped him win. He's like in that last little bit, he's like, if I keep going, I'm going to lose. Like if we just keep fighting at a stalemate,
Goku just it's literally one of those moments where it's like you can see in his face and like with what he says,
I'm old.
I'm too old for Goku not to have more stamina than me.
Yeah, Goku will outlast me in this fight. Neither one of us is doing enough damage to win, but if we're doing enough damage to chip people down, he's got more pieces to chip than I do. And so he's like,
I've got to pull something out of the hat.
And he's like, I can't really put him in like a lock or a sleeper hold because he's too small. But if I kick him really hard, I do have longer legs than him because he's so small.
Yeah. So if I can goad him into kicking me at the same time I kick him, I will win because I'll get more contact.
And that's the master of martial arts like at work there.
I don't think it's controversial to say that like these are currently, to our knowledge, but probably even if we had all the knowledge that we needed to make this assumption, these are probably the two strongest people on Earth right now.
I will like let you have that for now, but you find out pretty quickly that there are a few other people in this universe that are on a similar power
I'm not saying
level.
universe. I'm saying
on
this planet.
On this planet. That's what I meant. There are in this universe is in like the Dragon Ball place.
The Dragon Ball planet.
Yeah.
You find out on the Dragon Ball Earth there are a few other people who are on a similar level as them. Like they're not like we don't know them yet. You guys at home, if you've watched the show, know them, but Jesse doesn't know them yet.
I don't know.
And they're even if I told him the names, I don't think he would. They're not. They haven't osmosis through into the zeitgeist as much. So even if I said their names, I don't think you would know who they were. But there are a few other characters who would be on a similar playing field if they were to fight against Goku.
Yeah.
But these at this point in our universe and our knowledge, this is what we know.
And I mean, I don't think it's controversial to assume like.
Yeah, there's going to be otherworldly people eventually, and they're.
I mean, at this point, like given that hint, I still believe this is probably a top 5 fight
Yeah, I would say
that could
this-
possibly happen on this planet right now.
Yeah, of the matchups, this is probably one of the top fights you could have on this matchup or on this Earth. Of the people walking the Earth at this point, like this is one of the top fights you
Like
could have.
in this moment in Dragon Ball like lore,
Yeah,
this is a top 5, like 2 top 5 fighters on the planet going at it.
yeah.
Like I mean, they even say like this is probably going to be this.
The
I mean,
best
this is.
one in
I mean,
this
this is the first fight that they've ever had at the World Martial Arts Tournament where 2 Kamehameha users
Yeah, we're going
have
at each other.
hit each other with one at the same time
Yeah.
and like gone at each other. So it's like that is already setting a precedent. Like this is 2 of the best, if not the best fighters
Of course.
you could ever have in a fight in a final.
Yeah.
Like this is the most World Martial Arts Tournament a World Martial Arts Tournament final has ever had.
Yes.
Like there's not much disputing whoever comes out of this being the best fighter on the planet at this current moment.
Yeah. And who is that comes out as the greatest fighter on the planet? at this
Jackie
moment?
Chan.
With one syllable, by one syllable.
Yep.
Because what happens, in case you didn't watch the show, we hope you did, but if you didn't, Jackie goads him into that.
Yeah, he goes him
kick.
into that. He goes him in that flying like high jump kick at
They
each other.
both kick each other and knock each other out.
Yeah, it's a double knockout.
The announcer counts to 10 and is like, normally this would be a tie, but we can't have ties here in the especially
Yeah, we
in the
can't have
final.
him in the final.
And so he's like, the next one to stand up and declare themselves the champion will be announced the champion. Goku gets up first, says, "I am the champion," and then passes out.
Passes about backwards.
And it's like he lost by one syllable.
He literally, like, the announcer's like, "Oh, Goku lost by one syllable. We can't take incomplete sentences."
Yeah, and so then Roshi stands up and announces himself the champion.
And swaggily says it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
like
And
just
so-
like he submits that he's the one who woke back up.
And so as he's, as Roshi's changing from Chun to Roshi again, so he can go back and pretend like nothing ever happened, he does have a little bit of a fantasy. But I will say, as far as perv moments for Roshi, number 1, this one's not that bad. It's all pretend, like it's all fictional in his brain.
He's just
Number
imagining.
2, he did just fight his butt off to be the champion of
Yeah.
the World Martial Arts Tournament.
He's
allowed to have one at this
He
point.
earned this. He went a solid 4 episodes without being a
I
perv.
would say this basically this entire tournament, because outside of since Ron Fon lost, he hasn't had a single moment where he was kind of perfect.
So I mean,
he had that weird rap that he did where he kind of like hinted at being like ladies
like,
want
I want
me.
the ladies.
Yeah.
Come date me, please.
Yeah, but I wouldn't count that as perfect.
Yeah, that's not. Any old man anybody could have done that. I guess I should say old man,
Yeah.
but like
Post-
anybody could have done that.
Post the Ron Fon, like him trying to do CPR
So,
on her butt or
I mean a
whatever.
solid. What it's like 6 episodes around that 6 episode area.
And I would say
He earned it.
fantasizing about perversions is not the same as acting upon them.
Yeah, actively
so-
grabbing and trying to like coerce people into actually doing stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Especially because those fantasies are immediately crushed once
Yeah.
Goku eats all of the money away.
So we finally I think we've talked about what we thought the prize money was because we couldn't remember. It is 500,000 zenny. I think on the episode that 2 episodes ago we said it might have been $1 million, then 250. It's just kind of bouncing around.
Gotta split the
500,000 zenny
is what
Yeah.
it landed on. And
Goku floods the island with his slobber because of how hungry he is, and then eats 57 full course meals. 57 full course meals.
And I think it's alluded to that he might have also gotten dessert.
Well, I think it's alluded to that he wanted dessert. Not whether or not he got it, we don't know.
Yeah,
He definitely wants it.
he definitely asked for it. You can headcanon whether he got his dessert or not.
Yeah. But Roshi does still have 30,000 before, taxes and getting back to his island on an airplane and all that stuff.
I mean, and to be fair, if we want to go off of like your theory, he probably doesn't have to spend a dime on his like little training island because he
Yeah.
probably owns the entire
yeah,
thing.
he owns the whole island, plus like the new hotel that they're building there for
Yep.
the resort.
Yeah,
The
resort.
Jurassic Park resort that they're going to be running there soon.
Yeah. So it's a really funny way to end this entire tournament saga.
And we do end with a little bit of a cliffhanger of a red blinking light out in the distance, an airplane flying by, and saying, "Trouble's already afoot."
Yeah.
And for me, I knew exactly what they were alluding to, but for you, you have no idea.
I have no idea. I did make a really bad joke, but I don't know if I should repeat it
He
here.
made a joke about, planes and what happens when planes are in a city, and you guys know.
You can connect the dots, and if you can't, you'll learn about it in history class eventually.
But, Jesse, you got any closing thoughts on this saga?
Man, I love tournament arcs. And is this the first tournament arc in history? Probably not. But is it one of the more iconic first tournament arcs in history? Like early tournament arcs? I would probably argue to say it is incredibly iconic, and it's only outshadowed by other tournament arcs in this show for like a long time. There's I'm a sucker for a good tournament arc, especially when they're done as well as this one was. And I'm excited because I know enough about Dragon Ball to know that like there are many tournament arcs to come, and there are many fun things to do with this type of a saga and stuff. But man, this is a really great tone setter for what you could expect for the quality of tournaments arcs for the rest of this entire canon.
Yeah, if you can keep it at this level of quality, you like they struck lightning with the first saga. They were improving on it.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park.
Level in this saga.
It's just like it's fun to have a show that you can sit down and you're like you finish a saga and I like want to just jump into the next couple of episodes. Yeah. We don't have the time to do that. A little behind the scenes, like it's kind of late.
And also, we do have. Before we jump into the next saga, we're going to watch the movie, The Curse of the Blood Rubies.
Yep.
It's going to be our next episode for you guys out there.
Well, is this...
This is the end of the saga, and this is where we said last episode we were going to do Curse of the Blood Rubies for our next episode.
Oh, yeah, I thought we were talking about the...
No, not
the Halloween special, yeah, sorry.
We are still planning on possibly doing a double release one for the
1
Halloween.
week, yeah.
We're going to release like an episode on the 30th and then a surprise Halloween episode on the 31st.
I guess it's not much of a surprise because you're telling
covering a different movie.
Covering a more Halloween-themed
Dragon Ball
movie. How many of those exist? Maybe just that one. So this might be the only Halloween special. So enjoy it while it's out there.
Yeah.
Maybe there comes a point in time where we'll go back and rewatch it every Halloween.
Yeah.
If people like want to do that, maybe we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't agree with you more about this saga. First of all, we get an iconic character in Krillin, my favorite character. Love that dude.
Yeah. It's a great way to introduce him.
And then we get to see all of the good with Roshi. And going back over the saga, we also get to see all of the bad with Roshi. But we get to see all of the good with Roshi.
I have to assume this is the saga that really set Roshi up for being so many people's favorite characters.
He's one,
or like one. Like I shouldn't say favorite character.
I don't think there's very many people who would say Roshi.
But like one of their favorite characters.
One of the top ones. Yeah.
Yeah, like because like it's. You very rarely have moments with him in this entire saga where he's being kind of pervy. Like he's just being a really good master.
He gets a moment or two here or there where he like lets it out, but then he comes back to Earth and gets back to doing what he's doing. And yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, Roshi like cemented himself as like one of the top characters in the show. We got a lot from Krillin. We got a new character in Launch. Who's fun. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see more from her.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen her. I'm interested to see how it goes.
Yeah, she didn't come to the tournament.
Yeah, she didn't come to the tournament. But so I'm interested to see how she's held down the fort and how many times she has sneezed.
Yeah. And then
I would not be surprised. Sorry to cut you off. I would not be surprised if there is a joke that they land and she hasn't sneezed in a couple of days, and she's really mad. I would not be surprised if that's like a joke in the next episode or two.
Yeah,
that could be a prediction for me in the beginning of next arc. Is they land back on the island and she's just flipping out on everybody. Everyone's scared for their life.
Yeah,
because she hasn't sneezed again.
Yeah, and so and then. We also got to see some progression for some of our other characters.
Yeah, Yamcha's really great.
Yamcha's is really great. He cut his hair. He looks sleek now.
I mean, he was strong enough to like at least get Roshi to kind of acknowledge, like, oh, he's kind of not a bad fighter.
He could be a really good fighter, and I might actually train him.
Yeah.
It's kind of what the end of that one was. We got to meet some fun characters that we hopefully will see in the future,
like Bacterian. I'm
like
kidding.
Bacterian, of course, everyone's favorite. Jiren, maybe Ronfon, maybe Nam.
I find it really funny, like, thinking about Bacterian, how much you hate him in the moment. Then when he's off screen, you're like, that's a really funny character.
Yeah,
you hate watching him.
Not having to see a single moment of him is great, but when he's on screen, he is the worst thing I've seen.
He's so disgusting. But then you look back on it, like, after you're not actively watching, you're like, you know what? It is kind of funny.
Yeah. And so, I love this saga. I would probably, if I were ranking it, I would still think I'd put the Pilaf first. But this isn't that far behind for me.
Yeah.
I enjoy the stuff I enjoy in this. I enjoy more, but I just think the floor is higher on the first saga.
Yeah.
But the ceiling is higher for sure on this one. This one has higher highs for me.
Yeah. It's just one of those things, like, it's such a great way, in 28 episodes to really convey just, like, what this show is going to be about. Because you have the first saga where it's like, okay, it's going to be kind of a whimsical adventure with martial arts undertones. Then you have this where it's like, but it could also just, like, ramp up the martial arts to 100. And it's just great to see that. I'm excited to see where the next saga, how it balances out what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What it's going to be about.
And, but before we can get to the next saga, we are going to be watching Curse of the Blood Rubies.
Yep.
So now moving into our prediction time. Jesse, do you want to know your 4 predictions for these last episodes?
I definitely know one of them was correct because we were talking about it while we were watching.
There was tight matchup, Roshi win.
Yeah.
Which is wrong.
Which is
Jackie Chun won. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. Just messing with you. You should have seen his face.
Actually.
His face just dropped. He was like, "Are you kidding me?"
I might have started punching if he did really kept that going. You might have heard a knockdown drag out. You might have had our own tournament saga.
The guess from you. The next one was Ape Out from Goku. Check. Number 3. I guess this matters on what your definition of King Kong references are. He does break a building and throw stuff around. I don't really think he climbed on a building, which I think would have been the King Kong reference I was thinking of. So I'm going to count that as not accurate, but there also wasn't one.
I guess there's like the 2 King Kong references you could have had was him like picking someone up, like picking people out of the crowd
he
and
didn't really do
holding,
that
either. Or climbing a building, which he just stepped
There wasn't
through
a building there to climb, a climbable building.
Yeah.
And that he didn't grab anybody.
Yeah,
so I'm going to say that's probably an X.
We can check that off. Yeah.
And then cut off his tail again, which is also an X because instead they blew up the moon of all things.
Yeah, I think in my thought process, because we're in a big city, I thought maybe the Ape Out would have been extended further than the because it really only made it maybe 20 feet before Roshi blew up the moon.
Yeah.
So like that was where my King Kong was like. I thought he's gonna like climb a building or something.
Yeah.
I think that was definitely where my brain was at.
Yeah, like he was gonna terrorize.
And then the
city.
tail is like, how are you gonna guess that Roshi's gonna Kamehameha the freaking moon?
Yeah. No,
like,
when I saw you cut off the tail, I was like, he blows up the moon. You're not ready. He blows up the moon.
I guess in hindsight, that's the only other way to deal with him.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't think they'd be that inventive immediately on the second time it happens.
Yeah. They want to be like, okay, rule of 3s, we don't get to 3. We're not dealing with monkeys for a while. There's not a full moon on this planet. Even if another monkey guy shows up, he's not aping out.
Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is a great way to ensure that you don't have to worry about Goku aping out for a really long time.
Yeah,
if maybe ever. Who knows?
Yeah. So, Jesse, I have a question for you. For predictions, do you want me to give you the little quotation box for the movie before we go, or just go off of Curse of the Blood Rubies?
I mean, it is a movie.
I can give you the little synopsis, like the tag that they have here.
Yeah, I think for a movie, because like for episodes, like the episode title is really easy to like, or like it's usually going to be referencing whatever happens in that 20 minutes. For a movie, because the movie's probably like an hour and a half, give or take.
Yeah, I actually think it's under an hour. I think it's like 55 minutes. It's like an extended episode.
It's like two and a half episodes.
Like a double episode, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is like the first movie they did, so it's kind of just like a extra, you know.
It's like a made-for-TV style, like distance of movie.
So
I mean, that's up to you. It's
I'll give you the synopsis.
If you want to be nicer with me, do the synopsis.
Evil has spread throughout Gurume's kingdom, who is desperate to collect the Dragon Balls. He sends out his men after Goku when he learns that he owns one.
Jesse, what do you think's going to happen?
Well, I think men are going to come after Goku because he owns his own kid.
But what do you like hearing that? What comes to mind for you?
Well, you say Curse of the Blood Diamonds, right? So let me go off. Blood rubies. Sorry, my bad. So let's just go off on. I'm going to assume there's some blood rubies and there's curses.
Okay. Blood rubies.
No, my guess is those are probably going to be the MacGuffin that Goku has to collect to like beat the dude. That would be the actual guess. Like, write that down. MacGuffin. I guess it sounds like this must be like it's just got to be like pre Bulma, I think.
Okay.
Would be my guess if he still owns the Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be like that makes the most sense. And that's we've skipped a lot more story where like he has a Dragon Ball again.
Yeah.
In 30 episodes from now or whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, true. I mean, this is technically supposed to be after episode 45 of the show, but it just doesn't feel like it would fit there well, which is why we decided to do it now.
Yeah.
But I guess you could think either Bulma is there or this is pre-Bulma.
Yeah. I guess I'll figure that out when we actually start watching it to see where he's living currently.
Yeah. What timeline are we in? And so, do you got any other guesses for what you think are going to happen?
I think there's going to be. I mean, obviously, there's going to be like a boss fight, I believe, with the MacGuffins, with the MacGuffins against like the dude who's hunting him down.
Okay.
And I'm going to go off the prediction that like this is pre-Bulma.
Yes.
So this is a Goku solo film.
Okay, Goku solo film.
I think that's about as many predictions as I can make. That's just not like
there are going to be men.
Yeah,
coming after Goku.
That are not literally what it's telling me to say.
There are blood rubies, and there's going to be a curse involved with them.
Yeah. There's a really mad dude who wants Dragon Balls.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was one of our last parts for this episode. The next one is the worst part and the best part.
Man.
What would be your worst part?
Man, it's tough. These episodes are so good. Oh.
Yeah, and they flow together so well.
They flow together so well. There's not really a lot of things that like chop it up. Yeah. Like there's like even like the two kind of pervy moments we have are funny. They're well done. They're like they're the perfect way to do a pervy moment.
First of all, Oolong isn't asking for the perverted stuff to be
and Roshi
is only
isn't actively doing
fantasizing about. And to start out, he's not even fantasizing about doing anything perverted. He's just about fantasizing about reading perverted things.
Yeah,
you know. So much like in that case, I count that so far away from being perverted in its own way that like it is fine. You know.
It's like
I got one. I came up with one just now.
Yeah, you go ahead.
The worst part for me is that Goku didn't get to eat dessert.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel because of how good these episodes are.
Like as far as hefty and as thick as these episodes
I guess,
are.
You know what? Actually, I did think of one. The mistranslations.
Yeah, the mistranslation
we'll go with those.
Throw me off. Yeah, that's a good one. That's actually a good one. That's a good legit.
You know what? That's not even scraping the bottom of the barrel. That's just true. I feel like if they hadn't been mistranslated, these would have been perfect episodes.
Yeah, because
or as perfect episodes as we've watched.
And especially because like with that mistranslation, we were sitting there being like, "What? What is going on?"
Like it did confuse us in the moment, like every time it happened. So you know what that is a very good episode.
I had forgotten about it because these episodes were so good.
And it follows it in the trivia that we read. So
best part. What is your best part?
Man, there's. Can I just say the entirety of all three episodes? Can I just cough it out?
Okay, how about we cut it down to what was your favorite part of the fight? Maybe instead of the best part, what was your favorite part of the fight?
It's like it's just so well made and done. It just flows together so well. It's hard to pick out a point.
Yeah.
I mean, examples that come to mind is obviously Roshi blowing up the moon. And that's this is kind of funny.
That's a top tier part of this. For me, it is after the D Goku or the D Monkeyified, where they cut to the commercial break with like the 3D animated like.
That's a really awesome part.
If I had to pick one, that's probably my favorite thing to have seen. It's not I wouldn't count it. I'd say
it's kind of a flex of animation.
Yeah,
really.
I would say it might be the best animated part of the series so far.
Yeah, I mean I don't think that's super controversial.
I won't say it's my I won't say it it's probably the best part for me. I'm gonna go with that's my best part.
Yeah,
it wasn't my favorite part, but it was my best part.
If you're gonna take that, you know what? I guess I'll take the moon, the shooting of the moon.
Yeah, because the shooting of the moon,
like the fake out was like, oh, we're gonna have to cut out the tail. No, he's gonna kill Goku.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, he's not dead.
Yamcha screaming. Him shooting because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Goku looking like he got atomized as the monkey, and then cutting to the next episode. I'm smarter than that. I'm not going to kill Goku. I'm technically his trainer.
Shot the moon.
I killed the moon.
Yeah.
I pointed up at the sky, and the moon is gone.
The moon is dead, and we have killed him.
And so, with that, it's like...
Those probably, like...
That is an iconic, flex from a guy, too.
I could just casually shoot the moon and blow it up.
Yeah. And so I think we probably covered the best parts of this.
Yeah. Know. Again... we've said it multiple times throughout this arc. Watch the episodes. These are especially the last 8 or so episodes. Once they get to the final 8, just watch the entire final 8 and the finals and everything. Very awesome episodes. So well done, so well made. The animation is awesome. The fight choreography through the animation, fantastic.
Yeah, you get to understand these people on the level. Because, to start, Roshi thinks it's going to be an easy win because beating Krillin was an easy win. And so he kicks Goku. And then Goku's like, it's not going to be that easy. I have a tail. And then Roshi's like, yeah, but you can't do this. And Goku's like, actually, I've been training that. I'm better at this now. And then Roshi's like, yeah, but you can't do this. He's like, actually, I can one-up you there, too. And then the second one is like, oh, but I haven't taught you hypnosis. He's like, you're right, but I'm hungry, so I can get out of it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I can electrocute you. He's like, well, you didn't know that this tail turns me into a monkey. He's like, well, what if I blow up the moon? And then,
it just keeps building and building and building. It's it's literally just the master coming up with plans that he hopes will work. And it's just like, oh, no, it didn't work. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, that didn't work.
Yeah. And then he does eventually finally get through because he's been on this earth longer, which is just amazing.
Yeah.
Respect your elders, kids. But do you have anything else to say?
I mean, excited for the movie, excited for the next saga.
Yeah.
I wish we could get into it right now.
Yeah, I wish we could too, but it is in real time, 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock at night?
We both work, or I work in the morning, and you've got a long day ahead of you tomorrow. I can only assume. So if you want to reach out to us, you can email us at becomingsaiyans@gmail.com. You can also, reach out to us on the social medias. Twitter, it is at becomingsaiyans_pod. Instagram, it's at becomingsaiyans_pod. TikTok, at becomingsaiyans_pod. We have been blowing up on TikTok, so if you're coming from there to here, hello, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, what's up? Welcome to the show.
If you're one of the thousands of people who have found our podcast through TikTok, thank you. We much appreciate having you here.
Actually, I should state there was a question that I got asked from a friend in Discord who's listening to this.
Okay.
But it was literally just asking if we were going to watch the movies, and I'm like, I think we've said it multiple times.
Yes.
But just to reiterate it, yes, we obviously we are. We're watching a movie next week.
Yep. So join us next week for the movie. It is Curse of the Blood Rubies. If you wish to watch it with us, I will get all of them pulled where you can watch it pulled up right now. Where to watch the Curse of the Blood Rubies.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Curse of the Blood Rubies. I looked it up. I just don't know where it's at now. So if you'll just give me a second, guys, we'll get there. And it looks like you have to purchase it on whatever streaming service you wish to use. You can watch it on the Fandango at home. Otherwise, if you know what Vudu is, it used to be called Vudu. Now it's Fandango at home. You can watch it on Apple TV. You can watch it on Amazon Video. You just have to search it up on those sites and then purchase it and or rent it. when I was looking at it for us, the rental price is only about $2.99.
Yeah.
I know that might be more than what people have, and that's understandable. But I will say that, like, there are other ways if you want to do them.
Yeah, there are other ways that we legally
I will not
say,
endorse
but...
because we are both fully grown adults with paying jobs, so we can't afford a $3 movie. But if you're a child and your parents won't rent it for you, just tune in. It's okay if you don't watch the movies. We will definitely fill you in on them along the way, and hopefully we'll get to a point where the movies are on a streaming service. I do think the next one is, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I know there's definitely some like on like
Netflix,
things like Crunchyroll, Netflix, things like that.
And so we will, like, if you can't watch this one, we understand. Tune in and we'll talk about it, and you'll get the gist, because we are pretty in depth when it comes to our talking.
Yeah, and I will say, like, I think most of the movies you might have to like purchase or rent are the movies that a lot of people agree, or it's like confirmed, aren't totally canon to the full universe.
Yeah, or
I would assume most canon.
Ones.
Yeah, like the older ones / like the non-canon, like most of the non-canon ones are probably you're probably gonna have to go out and purchase or find. But I would assume they probably keep most of the canon ones accessible, just because like they're important to watch.
If you're wanting to be a completist of the canon, they want you to have them.
You want to have, or like a super easy access. Like maybe it's not on like the traditional place, but like it's available to be watched for like
somewhere.
Ads or something.
Yeah.
And
so with that, next week we'll be watching Curse of the Blood Rubies. Just try to find your spot where you can watch it, and if not, you can always tune in and hear us talk about it.
Yep.
And with that, I've been Truman.
And I've been Jesse.
And the adventure continues.
Bye!